Hey y'all, welcome to today's episode of the Playmaker podcast. I'm literally pumped for this episode because today we're starting a series called Healthy Through the Holidays. And over the next few weeks, we're gonna cover several aspects of health, apart from just like what we're eating. Today, we are gonna talk about food, and some other things, but today's episode is called Beat the Bloat. Because y'all, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. We've got Thanksgiving and Christmas and the New Year coming, but Thanksgiving is first, and we all know that we eat more on Thanksgiving Day than pretty much any other day of the year. And after that meal, or maybe you have multiple meals at multiple different family members' houses or Friendsgiving or whatever, but you eat all this delicious food, and then you're like in a carb overload. Am I right? Like, you know the feeling where you've eaten so much, you're like, I literally think the food is like stacked up to my throat. I cannot eat anymore. And you feel gross, you feel bloated, and you feel like you're going to need a nap before you can watch football and eat another piece of pie. You know what I mean? So in this episode, we're going to talk about several different things because the food you eat, the stress you feel, the amount of sleep you get or lack thereof, and the amount of physical activity you're giving your body all affect inflammation and bloating. So first, let's talk about food and things that make your body be bloated, okay? So a high intake of calories in general, but more specifically, a high intake of refined grains, simple sugars, high fructose syrup, hello pecan pie, omega-6 fats, saturated fat, and trans fat all make your body be inflamed, which then makes you feel bloated. Well, hello, that's like all of Thanksgiving minus the turkey, right? And as a health coach, I would love to be able to be like, y'all, I know that this food is going to look good and it'll probably taste good too, but you've got goals, so just say no. But we're all human, and that's not realistic. And that's not part of being on a journey. That's called being on a diet. And we don't want a diet. That's not fun. And that doesn't last. So the really cool thing and the mindset shift that we need to get first is when we're on a journey, we don't start at point A and like, bing, we get to our goal and it's a straight, perfect line. We have no downfalls. We have no backsets, like nothing. It's just like, this is where we are. That's where we want to go. And we just get there, no problem. That's not realistic, right? And anytime we even even in math class, studying a graph, it was very rarely, unless we're talking about a linear graph, a straight line. There were scatter plot points and different things that affected the graph and the data that our graph was like a crooked line. We would go up, we'd go down, we'd have like a little loop-de-loo until we finally get to where we're trying to go. And that is a more accurate representation of what being on a health journey is like. So hear me now, because this is so important, okay? You saying yes to these foods that aren't going to really move you toward your goal is not you failing or you doing yourself a disservice necessarily. Okay? Because the really cool thing is when you're on a journey is all about choices. And that means if you choose to eat a piece of pecan pie, is that going to help you lose weight? No. Is it going to help you tone up? No. But does it mean you made the wrong decision? No. A health journey is all about choices, and they're not right or wrong decisions. Now, each choice will affect how fast you reach your goal. So maybe if you're in a really good fat burn right now and you don't want to break that and nothing in Thanksgiving is worth it to you, then keep going. Don't stop. But the majority of people are going to want to eat foods that might not necessarily be on your everyday health plan during the Thanksgiving meals or during the Christmas meals or New Year's or whatever. And that's okay. It's all about choices. So for me, I love pecan pie. I mean, fructose corn syrup, yeah, but it's so good. And we only really have it for Thanksgiving, and I love it. My Mimi makes a really good one, and my grandma makes a really good one. And I don't really think there's been a year that I've said no to that. Because to me, that is worth it 100%. So when I'm going throughout my day, I have choices. In the morning, I drink coffee. And so if I'm going to stop at Starbucks or just have a creamer in my fridge, just a simple little step there. I'm not going to choose a sugary creamer when I know that I'm going to be having a load of sugar in my pecan pie later. It's just simple things like that. Different choices. I don't want to drink my calories. I don't want to have a peppermint mocha latte from Starbucks because I would rather have a Christmas cookie at my house later, right? And so it's just little things like that, different choices that are all a part of our journey. So I'm going to give you like the basic equation of reducing inflammation and bloating. Okay, are you ready? Fiber plus water plus physical activity. Those are the 3 key things that are going to make you feel better. All right. So let's first talk about anti-bloating foods that you can eat before Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving, in between meals, whatever. Pineapple, parsley, ginger, yogurt with probiotics, and if you want to drink a tea, peppermint tea is really, really good for your system. Now, I know that's not a lot, but to be completely honest, there's not like a quick fix like going to make all the bloating go away. You can't like take a magic pill or drink a magic drink and all your problems go away. Like that's not realistic. That's not real. And if people are trying to sell that to you, it's probably not very good for you. And it's definitely not natural. But those are just some different things that you can add into your day to help just with anti-inflammation. Now, food is really important. We all know that, especially when it comes to bloating, but stress and sleep is equally as important. When you are stressed and you are locked in fight or flight mode, you are not going to perform as well. When our bodies are stressed and we're locked in fight or flight mode, we struggle to function at our best. So stop real quick and think, are you stressed with the holidays coming up and maybe finals are coming up? Maybe you're about to have to see a family member that you don't really want to see. Maybe you're going to have to see a friend you don't want to see. Or maybe you're going to have to see someone in the upcoming holidays that are neither friend nor family that you're going to have to see. That is kind of stressing you out a little bit. Maybe the financial weight of Christmas is starting to weigh heavy on you. Maybe this is the first holiday season without one of your loved ones. There are so many things that can stress us out through the holidays. And so I want to teach you a little trick, a mental process as you're feeling stressed out, okay? It's called Stop, Challenge, Choose. So when you feel these emotions and you feel overwhelmed, you feel stressed, I want you to stop. Okay, stop and recognize it. Emotions are there to tell us something. So stop and say, okay, what am I feeling? Then I want you to challenge it. Why am I feeling this way? Why do I not want to see that person? Why am I stressed to be in this situation? Why am I so sad coming into this? What is it about my financial situation that is stressing me out so much? And then you have the opportunity to choose, because the journey is all about choices, right? So even with your emotions, you have the opportunity to choose now. How are you going to respond? Because you can either sit in that stress and that anxiety and let it just overpower you, or you can choose to stand up straight, hold your shoulders back, and say, I know I feel this way. This is stressful, but I am a playmaker and I'm going to get through this. And maybe you need to talk to someone about that and figure out actionable steps. And it doesn't have to be like huge things. It doesn't have to be like winning the lottery or anything like that. But 1% better every day. Leading up, if there's someone that you're about to have to see that you don't want to see, what is something you can do today? What's something you can do tomorrow and the next day and next week to prepare for seeing that person? Maybe it's a scripture you need to meditate on. Maybe you need to write them a letter and throw it away. Maybe you need to just journal it out, word vomit in a journal and just get everything out, because then the paper's got it and you don't have to hold on to it. I don't know. Maybe we have to deal with our pride here, and maybe you just need help during this holiday season, whether it's preparing food for your family or financially or just emotionally. You need someone to support you. And You have to swallow your pride and actually ask for help. I really struggle asking for help, and I will be the first to tell you that. But I can't think of a time when I really did ask for help that something good didn't come out of that. I don't know. I don't know what your situation is. Regardless, when you're feeling these overwhelming emotions, stop, challenge, and choose how you're going to respond and how you're going to be a playmaker through that situation. Now, on top of your food and your stress, sleep is so important. Now, if you listen to the episode called 7 Game-Changing Healthy Habits, I talked to y'all about your sleep. You need to have at least 8 hours of sleep a night. Really, 7.5 to 9 is that's the general amount of sleep that you want to get. And we treat that today as a luxury, and especially getting into the holiday seasons we've got finals, like I said. We've got so much to do on our list just to get ready for family coming into town, or maybe we're going to family, and we've got so much to do, so much to get done. We're just we'll sleep if we have time. No. Sleep is not a luxury. Sleep is a necessity. If you need to write that into your calendar and schedule time for you to sleep, schedule time for you to unwind, so then when you do go to bed, you can actually go to sleep and not lay there forever, then do that. Make that little step to do whatever it is to make sure that you are getting your 8 hours of sleep, okay? Instead of watching just one more episode, or instead of scrolling through Instagram and creeping on someone or being on TikTok and just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until an hour is gone, put it down, put it away, and put yourself first and think, will me tomorrow thank me for this action, or will I be frustrated with myself for this action? Because I promise you, if you will not watch just one more episode and you will take advantage of that extra time of sleep to really get your 8 hours, you will be feeling so much better. You will be functioning better. You'll be thinking more clearly, and therefore you will be giving a better version of yourself, which we talked about, and that is so important because you weren't made to give a lesser version of yourself. And maybe you need to write down and make a list of priorities. Okay, what's something that I have to get done today? In the mornings, do that. What do I have to get done today? What do I need to get done this week? What do I need to get done this month? Put your deadlines in a calendar and then schedule these things out so then you can visually see what you have to do, whether it's in a paper calendar or, your Apple or Google calendar, whatever it is. So then you know what your specific goals are for each day. Otherwise, you might feel overwhelmed in something that really doesn't matter for another 2 weeks. You might be trying to stuff into today when really it can wait. I love that practice. What do I need to do today? What do I need to do this week? And what do I need to do this month? Try that. And then the other one is physical activity. We need to be sure that we're doing something to move our bodies, because if we're just living a sedentary lifestyle and we're just sitting, we're gonna feel tired and we're gonna feel bloated. So maybe it's just during lunchtime. Get up and go take a walk. Go walk for 20 minutes. Just refresh yourself. I promise you, you will feel more energized after that 20-minute walk than you would after an hour nap. I guarantee it. We need to move our bodies. And so for Thanksgiving Day, maybe you need to go on a walk before you eat, because after you eat, maybe you're going to be like, I literally can't move. Been there. It's okay. So plan ahead and let's go on a walk before. And then once you're out of that food coma, go on another walk. Go outside and play football with your family. Play Wii. I don't know. Does anyone play Wii anymore? I don't know. Just do something. Get up and do something to move. Dance around the kitchen with your family. Play hide and go seek. I don't know. Just get up and do something. It doesn't have to be a hard workout. You don't have to go do the turkey trot or whatever that. I don't run on Thanksgiving. But those people that go run those 5Ks or 3Ks or whatever they are, you don't have to do that. If you do, more power to you. Snaps to you. But just get up and go move. Go on a walk. Go do something to move your body. So now let's talk about some general tips for leading up to these holiday meals and things you can do during the holiday meals to help with your inflammation and bloating. So the first one I want to reiterate is about choices. Everything is about choices. I'm going to choose pecan pie over a sugary drink from Starbucks. Little things like that. You don't have to cut everything out, but be smart with what you're going to indulge in. Now, leading up to these meals, a huge thing that I can go ahead and you can start doing right now is watch your sodium levels. The American Heart Association suggests that we eat about 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day. They also say that most people eat about 3,400 milligrams of sodium a day, which is over double what they recommend. So, why is that a big deal? Well, when you eat too much sodium, it causes your body to hold on to excess fluid, and that's not good for your heart. Plus, we know from our 7 game-changing healthy habits episode that our body cannot hold on to fluid. It's not supposed to hold on to excess water. That's why we're supposed to constantly be replenishing it. So we don't want that excess sodium. So just a simple thing you can do is look at the nutrition labels of the foods that you eat. Look for low sodium. Look for sodium free. Simple things like that can reduce the amount that you eat every day. Another thing to focus on are carbonated drinks. Even the diet ones. The carbonation in your stomach, if you've had a Diet Coke, it makes your stomach feel bloated. That carbonation gets trapped in your belly, which makes you feel bloated. So that carbonation gets trapped in your belly and it makes you feel bloated. So instead, let's work on getting our minimum of 64 ounces of water. Try something different. Try flavoring your water with lemons or cucumbers or limes. Maybe all 3. Make some kind of concoction with a fruit in your water to flavor it. So then you're adding extra water, getting to that minimum of 64 ounces, and you're having a flavor so you don't feel deprived of the carbonation, which typically I would assume has some kind of flavor to it. Another thing, like I mentioned earlier, is drink hot tea. Peppermint tea is really good to help with that anti-inflammation. Now, a simple thing that you can do during the Thanksgiving meal or whatever holiday meal is get a small plate. So my family, we have the smaller plates, and then we've got the big dad plates. Don't get the big dad plate. Get a smaller plate because then you don't have as much room to put food on it, so your portions are automatically smaller. Because when you get a bigger plate, you just feel like you should fill up all that room. Well, then your portion size is really, really big, which then leads to the food coma where you don't feel good and you feel just gross afterwards. So get a smaller plate. That's going to help you eat fewer calories and focus on what you really want. Now, another tip I would give you is when you're filling up your plate, go for the protein and the vegetables first. Fill up with that, and then with whatever room you have left, that's when you can go for your sides. But don't downplay the protein and the vegetables because those are the most important. Then, when you're eating, slow down. When you eat fast, you're taking in and swallowing more air, which is then stuck in your stomach, which is making you feel more bloated, and you're not really enjoying it. Digestion starts in your mouth, so chew more and enjoy it. Take time with that. Plus, when you slow down and eat, your body, it takes a second for your body to be like, woo, woo, I'm full, so slow down and enjoy your food. Your grandma just cooked so much good food. Don't inhale it. Slow down, enjoy it, chew more, and you will eat less and save more room for the pecan pie later. So that pretty much wraps up this episode about beating the bloat during this holiday season. I hope that was helpful. I hope that y'all enjoy your time with your friends and your family this holiday season. Enjoy the food you're going to get. Remember, a health journey is not about depriving yourself. It's about making choices. And regardless of what you pick, it's not a right or wrong. But you are ultimately in control in how fast you want to get to your goals. So try these things to help you not be so bloated, and just be conscious about what you're putting in your body, how much you're moving, and don't forget to drink your water and get your sleep. I hope that was helpful. I will see you guys next time during the series of Healthy During the Holidays.